Hey guys, and welcome to the Natty Blueprint podcast. We're back after 2 weeks. Denny, well, you did look more tanned yesterday. I don't know if it's dropped off or it's the
I'm still very tanned.
you're still a lot more tan than me, bro. Yeah, look
Yeah,
at that.
it's not difficult. You blend in with your background there.
With my back.
You
Maybe I
literally
should
do
paint this
today as
all
well.
black.
With blue, white, and black.
Yeah, I've color coded well for this podcast.
There you go. There you go.
Anyway, episode 72. How are we doing, mate? It's been a couple weeks.
I'm very good. Rested, tanned, as you said. But yeah, been away to Greece for a whole week, and probably the first 4 days I was like, this is going nice and slowly. I'm enjoying it. And then before you know, I was back to work on Monday. I was up sick. So yeah, no, it was really, really good. So it's been a little bit of a break. Obviously, we're away again Sunday,
Yeah, no, Saturday.
Saturday.
Week today.
Again, I'm just turning up today.
I mean,
Uh,
what a week from now we'll probably be close to landing
yeah, so
in
be excited.
Marbella.
So it's gonna be.
Hell
It's
yeah.
been a busy. I say busy. It's been a expensive and busy July. Like obviously
Yeah.
Molly's birthday as well, but yeah, really, really good. Definitely needed a break as well. Like it was just nice to completely switch off. Didn't worry about anything. Enjoyed some food. Still stayed active. I come back. I think I was like 3, 4 kilos up. I was like, oh fuck's sake, here we go. And I'm already back down to baseline. So,
Yeah.
well, probably not this morning. I haven't actually weighed myself this morning because I was out yesterday. Had a pizza, a few beers. So probably
Where's the
gone back up.
bodybuilder gone, bro?
Yeah, it's the Monday to Friday bodybuilder. That's what I am now. As soon as the weekend hits, it's game over. But no, like it's still going well. Like I'm kind of looking forward to getting back into full routine. Like for me, July is a bit of a just do what you can for me, and I'm okay with that. And then onwards from there, just try and get back into it as
Yeah.
much as what I consider 100%, and then see where the rest of the year takes me. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been busy, but it's been nice and chill, injury free for the most part. And
Love me,
then
Nick.
went back into the gym. I think it was Tuesday. I purposely took Monday off because I didn't have much sleep. The football, which we can talk about. Purposely didn't have much. Well, I didn't go on Monday, and I was like, I'm gonna go train Tuesday. Halfway through the session, neck twinges. Have to call the session. So yeah, not a good start. 3 sessions, 1 week. It's going well. It's going well.
Oh well. At
What
least
about you?
you're hopefully over it.
It still kind of hurts, but yeah. I'm never over an injury, so. But yeah,
Yeah.
how's things been with you? Obviously, whilst I was
Yeah,
away
good
here.
man. Yeah, all good. What's happened in the last 2 weeks? Nothing much really. I think the last time we spoke was the weekend off the back of the PCA show
Yeah,
with Finn. No client shows now for 2 weeks, so got two guys who are 15 days out at the moment.
nice.
So yeah, it's been nice actually to have just a little bit of a break, like to actually have weekends where I'm just in my normal routine rather than like stressing about traveling or getting to shows and stuff. So it has been nice because obviously this year's been so busy already, and then obviously looking forward to the holiday next Saturday, which is going to come at a very nice time. And then 2 weeks after that, I'm at Boomtown Festival. So I kind of feel like I'm probably in a very similar scenario to what you are. It's like you
Yeah,
got a holiday and then you come back, and then it's got a couple of weeks of trying to gain some momentum. Then I've got a festival where I'm probably going to be in bin status for 3 days. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it though. It's a nice kind of to just break things up a little bit, and off season's going really well. I was literally looking back at my sheets, and I'm like 42 weeks into my off season now, about 33 pounds up in total.
okay.
So not too bad. I mean, I say I'm 33 pounds up. My stage weight was always like 2 pounds lower than my baseline. So my show
Yeah,
day weigh-ins were already like always like 2 pounds lower than what I was weighing in during the week prior to the show. Um, so I'd say like from baseline to baseline, it's probably like 31 pounds.
yeah,
But yeah, closing in on 200 pounds now. I've seen a 200
yeah,
pounds on a scale a couple of times. Yeah, so it's coming. I'm definitely after my bay. I'll be 200 pounds.
yeah. Like, if you're not, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah, I'll try my hardest. Oh.
Yeah,
And then I think the plan is I'll obviously get back into training, do Boomtown, and then probably give it a couple of weeks, run some blood work, then jump into a dieting phase, which will be the first tidy up since prep, which I
nice.
think will take me about 46 or 48 weeks post show.
Yeah,
So yeah, for me, that's like a very, very productive kind of off season stint.
yeah.
Um,
It's gone
'cause-
so quick.
oh, mate,
Like
and
it's crazy quick. Like it doesn't seem that long ago that like you was in the dog end of prep. I'd just come out of prep.
Yeah,
Like
I know.
it's crazy.
Yeah, people don't realize it. I think even when you're in prep as well, how quickly it does go.
Yeah,
Like all of a sudden you're like 6 weeks out, and then
yeah,
it's all of a sudden it's show day, and then when the shows come rolling around, they come around very very quickly, and it's like
yeah,
prep's done, and then you're like, wow, it's like 30 weeks of the year just completely just gone
yeah.
very very quickly.
I think it's
But
just because the actual like show days and show weekends they go so quick, especially like for a competitor as well. Like there's this big build up for that one event, and then it's over. You're like, oh, and then
yeah,
before you know it, the next one's come around, and then you're post show, and then
yeah,
yeah, it's crazy.
does go quick. It does go quick. But yeah, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. A bit disappointed with the football. I can't lie.
I mean, let's touch on that. We're going to talk about football at some point anyway, so we may as
Yeah,
well have a post World Cup blues. When is the what was it bronze playoff they call it
tonight
now?
I'm not watching it. It's ten
Yeah, it's
o'clock.
tonight.
I'm not watching
Like
it.
we're probably not going to win. Everyone's not really going to be enjoying themselves. But on the game, as soon as we scored, I wasn't confident.
Really?
It was yeah, like I
I was
was
confident leading up to the whole game. I was like, we're going to beat them.
nah. Well, I was confident before we scored. I was like, we're playing pretty well. Like we're not like sort of doing what we
Yeah, they're not
usually
really
do.
having chances. They're not
Yeah,
really
we was being
doing much.
productive, and then the moment we scored, and then about 2 minutes after that, it was just Argentina. I was like,
Yeah,
it's gonna be like this for the rest of the game, and then sure enough, it was, and then
it's the low block that we just.
it
The
just
thing,
yeah,
the thing I don't understand is obviously we'll get onto the manager as well and the changes he made, but both Tuchel and Kane said that when they scored the first goal, their goal was to score another one. Like that was what they both said.
yeah,
So I don't know what happened. Obviously, the tactics of throwing on a load of defenders doesn't help. But he did leave it. It's not like we scored the one goal and he
yeah,
literally made subs straight away. It was like he left it 10 minutes or 10, 15 minutes, and then he started making those subs at like 70 minutes.
yeah,
So to me, I don't know if he's then looked at how the game's gone and gone, well, my players are now sitting back. I might as well put fresh legs and put defenders on because all they're going to do is sit back now.
yeah. But obviously, hindsight's a wonderful thing.
Yeah,
Oh, but then this happened, and then this happened. But given that when you sit back, you're just gonna invite
you,
pressure. Obviously, you've then brought defenders on. If they then score, which this is exactly
you're
what
fucked.
happened, you're fucked because you've got no one to go forward with, and then you're
Yeah.
just again sitting back for even longer because all you've got on is defenders, and that's literally what happened. And then what would they bring on? Tony and Rashford in the
Yeah,
last
like the
minutes.
last couple minutes.
Like,
But
why not do that a little bit just to kind of give a bit of oomph back to the team because it's
yeah,
going not our way.
the
If it
thing
was the
is,
other way round and it was 1-1 and we was in their end, keep it exactly as it is.
yeah, yeah,
Like again, hindsight's wonderful. I'm not a manager, but when you're watching it and you're like, what are you doing? Like it should be, I don't know, someone should be in his ear or someone else should be making that decision or giving that kind of information of being like, come on,
yeah,
this is gonna end badly. And then sure enough it did.
yeah. I think what he's probably thinking as well is, oh, we've parked the bus against Mexico. We got through there. We parked the
That's
bus against
Mexico.
Norway. We got through there. We only got through like very, very slightly with Norway. Like there was
Yeah.
a couple of times that they could have
Yeah,
dicked
and
us
they took
really.
Haaland off anyway, so
Yeah,
their biggest goal threat, and they actually ended up bringing, like Argentina, ended up bringing on even more quality
yeah,
attackers. And as soon as I think it got to, I don't know when they brought Lautaro Martinez on, but I was like, they're going to score. Lautaro Martinez is going to score at the something minute. I was like 6 minutes off when he scored. I was like,
yeah.
I told you.
Yeah, it's what he does though. Like
Yeah,
it's what it does. You're giving Messi too much time and space on the ball. Like the reason we were so good at the start of the game was because we were literally all over Messi.
yeah,
And yeah, as soon as you start giving him time, he's going to ping in these crosses, and someone's going to get their head to it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, frustrating, man, isn't it? It's frustrating. I was literally like at the end of the game, I was like, well, that just happened. But the
yeah,
thing is, I think when literally when they scored the equaliser, I was like, we're going to lose this
yeah.
because there's no options for us now to attack.
No.
Like we might, like there's always that small chance of thinking, oh, we might get like a
Yeah,
corner,
yeah. I
and
think
we
the only
might get
way
a
we would
header.
have won it that way round would be if it was 1-1, we held on like just barely all the way
Mm.
through extra time and then won on penalties. But by that point, it's just potluck.
Yeah, I wonder if he was when it went 1-0 or 1-0. I wonder if he was thinking just get to extra time, then I'll make those more attacking substitutions.
Yeah,
But I think as soon as it went 1-1, he should have been reactive of that and been like,
yeah,
right, they're just going to add more and more pressure here.
yeah. And we need to change how we're playing. Keep the ball with us. just yeah, just keep hold of because it was like there was no one to send it to. Like yeah, we got the ball off them and it just got punted upfield. But guess what?
Yeah,
There's no one up there to receive it, so it's
yeah.
a cycle back for them.
And
So
that's kind of where you
obviously
want
they
like
had a game plan as well. It's very easy to speak on one side and be like, "Oh, our game plan was this and it didn't work." But obviously they've got a game plan to counter our game plan, and
yeah,
there is a lot
yeah,
more to football, which I think it's easy for people to say, "Oh, you should have done this," but when the whole country's watching and we're all pissed off, like we're allowed to have a little bit of a moment. But literally, as soon as they scored the second goal, I think there was about 5 minutes left of the game.
yeah.
Four. I just went straight upstairs, went to bed.
Yeah, I think I turned it off. I was like, I'm
Yeah,
not watching this anymore because
yeah,
I knew what was going to happen. I didn't want to watch Argentina celebrate. I
yeah.
didn't like how they played as well. I thought that they were just
They were
fucking
scummy. Yeah, they
yeah,
were scummy
scummy.
players. Yeah,
Like just like even everything that they done, it was just complaining. Like or they'd make a challenge and it wouldn't even be a challenge. It'd just be like
yeah.
let's just
Or like
hack.
Messi gets like brought down a little bit and there's a little bit of rough and tumble, and they're all like crowding round like
Yeah,
it's like yeah, he is an icon on their team, but it was almost like come on, like
yeah. This
stop
is just cringe. This
crying.
is not even like at some
Yeah,
point we'll actually play football, right?
yeah.
Like
And like Messi was sort of like sat there like, why is that decision not going for me? Like he expected things to go his way. It's like,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with Bellingham and Kane as well. I think they
I
were
think
very much
Bellingham
out
played
of it.
well. Kane was nowhere in the entire team.
Yeah, yeah.
That
And at that point, you need to bring on like a Watkins or someone because they played such a high line. And I'm
yeah.
like, that's what Watkins does best. He
We
literally
needed
runs into
Rashford on, in
space.
my opinion. We needed someone like Rashford on, someone who
Yeah,
could run at them. Or I don't. I think Saka was injured, wasn't he? Or
yeah. Oh, he was on the bench, but I don't think he came on. But yeah,
yeah, someone that's just going to be able to take the ball because we've punted it up the field, just to get it out and keep it for a little bit. And
yeah.
those players can. Like, you're not going to see Harry Kane running up the pitch with the ball, are you?
No.
No.
Would you argue as well like this is where you'd want like a Cole Palmer
Yes.
because he's a pressure relief valve. Like what he'll do is he'll get the ball and he'll draw fouls, and
Yeah.
then you can get up the pitch from that. I'm like again, like if you had someone like a Cole Palmer there, even though yeah he's not on form, he hasn't been great this
Yeah.
season. He turns up for England like he'd done it in the Euros finals,
Yeah.
like he equalised 2 years ago. So I just think yeah, there's a couple of calls, but do I blame the manager? I do partially, but then I'm also like he's probably seen how his players have reacted to going 1-0 up. He's
Yeah.
then tried to react on that, and also he's thought to himself, well, it's worked the last two games. I'll go on,
Yeah.
what's worked in the past, and
Yeah. Like in the grand scheme of things, obviously you've got all the teams in the World Cup. We've done well, but
yeah,
it's always like we are a very good team again on paper, and it'd be nice for it to just go that little bit further.
yeah.
So
I think it'd be nice to beat one of these big teams as
yeah,
well.
which we never do.
We never do like
We
an
never face them.
Argentina, a
We
Spain,
yeah,
France. Like let's just, like if we beat France tonight, it'll be like okay, yeah, we can beat these bigger teams.
yeah. But I just feel like by that point,
No one cares.
yeah, even the opposition are probably a little less like. Oh,
Yeah,
it's not going to be their best performance because it's not. There's not that pressure of being in the final.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, they're still going to play to their ability, but it's not like they're going to be playing as if their lives depend on it because it is just like we're playing for the sake of it.
yeah,
The country doesn't care at that point. It'd be like, oh, we won. That's cool.
yeah. Who do you think's going to win it? Spain.
Spain, yeah,
Yeah, I think Spain. I watched Spain versus France, and they just completely outclassed them. And I was like,
yeah.
they're just a different level.
They're just so confident on the ball and they've got such depth in the team. There's no one carrier of the team
Yeah,
either. So, which a
yeah. Be
lot
a
of
good game.
big teams have now. And Spain, obviously, they've got Lamine Yamal, but they don't rely on him at all.
No, he's actually had quite a poor tournament.
Yeah,
Really, I
like
don't
he's not
think he
really done
scored
well.
or anything. Yeah,
Like if you look at all the big teams like France, Mbappe, Argentina, Messi, England, Kane and Bellingham, Norway, Haaland, there's that one huge name that everyone seems to like funnel in. For
yeah.
me, like Spain don't have that, and their entire team's just unreal.
It's
And
just
they
a
always play
unit,
together.
isn't it? They play as a unit.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, we shall see. We
we
shall
shall
see.
see. But yeah, when's the Premier League start? What we got? How many weeks until that?
It'll be what 2 weeks? No, it'll be about 4 weeks. When it'll be end of August, I think. When
Yeah,
Chelsea are going to win it.
mid. Yeah, I'm not sure, mate. Not sure.
Should we do predictions? Top five predictions for next season.
Arsenal.
You think Arsenal are going to back to back
Yeah,
it? Ooh,
you got
I
to be
think
confident, haven't you?
I think Liverpool are going to be good this season.
I think Chelsea third.
Hell yeah! I'll take a third place.
Yeah.
I'll take a fourth place. To be fair.
It's anywhere in the top 10 with it.
Yeah, and it were out of the top. The fucking hell, we were top 10 last fucking
Yeah,
season.
God. I don't know. I'd be interested to see where City sort of land up, given that they were so close. But then
We've got a new manager now.
manager, big changes. Are they going to be able to kind of keep that momentum going? Is they going to have the same sort of mindset going into next season? Who
Mm.
knows?
You could argue though, because they've got a new manager, they get that new manager bounce.
Yeah, true. Who were the teams that went up? Let's see if we can
You got Coventry. I only know Coventry because Frank Lampard manages them.
table.
My top five, I'm going to go Liverpool, City, Arsenal,
Liverpool.
United, and then because I'm a delusional Chelsea fan, Chelsea.
Fair.
That's my top five.
How do we think Tottenham are going to do?
I think they'll be better. They're signing some good players, and I think they'll be.
I think Arsenal have just signed one of their academy players.
Have they? Oh.
Yeah, centre back.
You're trying to get Morgan Rogers,
Yeah.
which is weird because I'm like, where's Eze going to play?
I mean, he's fucking useless anyway.
And you've sold Trossard as well, so
Yeah, which really
need a-
surprised me.
yeah, you need a left winger.
Yeah, like he's been an amazing, probably one of our best signings in terms of consistency.
Yeah,
Like he's been unreal for us and like really, really helped us in like some late games. And then when I didn't even know anything about it until he went, because I assumed that obviously we just didn't renew his contract, but I saw it. I think it was about 2 days ago. Just saw it on like one of the sporting Instagram pages. I was like, no way, we've lost Trossard. So
yeah. You need a left winger. I think if the only thing that I look when I look at that Arsenal team, I'm like,
yeah,
you need someone better than a Martinelli on that left
I
wing.
think we signed. He's a Greek guy.
Yeah, you did. You signed someone yesterday. Did you have any influence in that when you were in COS
Yeah, I spoke to him.
in person?
Go to Arsenal. I know nothing about you, but go to Arsenal. I can't remember who it was. Not sure.
Yeah, not too sure. I've never heard of him before, but we shall go from there. Anyway, shall we get into some questions?
Yep. Me and my many, many questions. Probably should have put a box up before we started this, shouldn't
Yeah, that usually does help.
I mean, yeah, before I started it, definitely, but as we started it, at the very least.
Yeah. Okay. Start off with this one then from Cameron. Opinions on deload versus extra time off training, preferences / client recommendations.
Depends on the severity of the need for the reduction in output. Let's just put it as that, whether that's
Yeah.
deload, devolume, days off, whatever. And also just your individual preference. Like, what do you prefer?
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy devolume sessions, deload sessions, whatever you want to call it. I'd rather just take a couple of days off.
Yeah.
For me,
I think
like,
everyone's like that.
yeah.
Everyone
Because
hates.
obviously we train, especially the way we train as well. Like, you could argue, do you really need deload if you don't really train the way that we train? You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, the way we train, we do it because we enjoy it for the most part. To then go in and do less, I'd rather just wait until I can do more.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's a couple of scenarios here in terms of where you're at currently as well. If you're and what phase you're in. Like if you're deep into a gaining phase, there's probably a good argument to say just what I do with clients is if they're in an off season, majority of the time I will say take some time off. And sometimes I do say run a D volume, but it's more so what's on preference. When was the last time they had a bit of time off for a deload or a D volume? How long has it been of your mesocycle? And then we kind of judge it from there.
Yeah.
I think it is preference. I think within a prep setting or a diet setting, I think D volumes are more favourable
Yeah,
because
you
you
can
want to
still keep a
spend
bit of
time in the
balance.
gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to spend more time in the gym. It's very sometimes a lot of people realize that when they've had 4 days off, they'll come back, things will feel a little bit heavy. There might be kind of they're out of the groove with training. There'll be no momentum there. So
Yeah.
sometimes it's nice to kind of nip it in the bud early with a D volume week. And I definitely preference that within a prep setting, just because like if you go back in the gym and you've ran a full D volume week, and let's say your split is I don't know a whole week, let's say and you're then going back into your top set work. from running like just 4 days off, you'll find that it'll just be a lot more challenging and a lot more difficult. And you might be even like 2, 3 pounds down from there. So
Yeah.
actually trying to retain that performance will be a lot more challenging. When running a devolume, you can hold on to your numbers a little bit better. So yeah, I think it depends on where you're currently at, what your preference is as an individual, and just try both and see where you are.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people as well, like we said, they jump into a devolume or a deload because they're experiencing one sign. And trust me, you'll know when you need to take time off. That's what I
Yeah.
say to a lot of people is you'll know when you're fucking written off and you
Yeah.
need that time.
Like you're creeping into injuries. That enjoyment of training's not there. It just sucks. Like, and just general recovery as well. Like your joints are aching.
Yeah.
You're not sleeping well. Appetite. If all of those are starting to like flag up a little bit, like yeah, you probably need to. You can tend to just feel that as well. Like there's just that something's not right here. And if it's training performance related as well, there's probably the need to pull back in some way. But yeah, I think like we said, it is that kind of preference thing. Like, what do you prefer doing? But they're doing the same thing in a
Yeah.
nutshell.
You're just reducing fatigue,
Yeah, yeah,
overall fatigue. I think one thing that I notice is not necessarily my training performance dips, but I do start to experience a little bit more like joint pain or my overall focus in a session won't be there, and I'll be like yawning within sessions.
yeah,
Another thing for me is when I wake up in the morning, I'll feel like I'm having to peel myself out of bed because
yeah,
I'm that battered. It's actually funny because I put up a story the other day and I was like on my lower A session, I was like all the heavy hitting compounds, and I was like, what's CNS? And I literally woke up next day, I was like, fuck me, I feel written off. Like
yeah,
I still feel it now. So yeah, I think it's good also to be a bit, I don't know, kind of like set your expectations of a recovery probably a little bit higher than what they actually are
yeah,
because you won't be a bitch. Like a lot of people think, oh, I can only recover from one set here, one set there. Like actually actively push that threshold and
find
find
out where it is. Go a little bit too far one time.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
just
I
to
would
find.
always, even now, I always push it too far, and I've been doing this for
Yeah,
7 years. Like I will still push the boundaries on how far I can take a meso before I'm completely fucked, and I'm like, right, I'll take a
yeah,
little bit of time off. Is that counterintuitive? Maybe I should nip it in the bud a little bit earlier, potentially, but I still think that even from mesocycle to mesocycle, the depending on what else is going on in your life, that will depend on your recovery capabilities and how long you can take that mesocycle.
yeah,
So, for example, coming out of prep, I think my first meso was like 14 weeks. I would not be able to do 14 weeks of straight training now because I'm in a stronger position and
yeah,
my overall training takes more recovery than what it did
yeah,
back then. So yeah, again, like don't just be like, oh, every 8 weeks I need to take a deload or a devolume. It's pushed to that threshold. Your body will give you signs when you
yeah. Because you
need
might,
to take
let's
it.
just say you do say that to yourself, like, oh, every 8 to 10 weeks I'm deloading or devolume. You might get to that 10th week and you're like, I feel fine.
Yeah, I
But
can
then
keep
you're
going.
just forcing it when you don't maybe need it. Because
Yeah,
obviously you've got the external factors as well, things like your job stress, life. Like if things are good, you're probably gonna just be recovering better because overall your life quality is way better. Whereas if you're in a really high stress state, whether that be, I don't know, you're a coach and you're prepping a lot of clients and there's not a lot of time for downtime, you're going to recover less.
yeah,
Therefore, the need for pushing that boundary and pulling back a little bit is going to be a little bit higher. So it depends what your external factors are as well, and
yeah.
obviously they blend in together as well. So it's all hand in hand. So just kind of hire a coach, I guess, to make that decision for you.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I like. You will get feedback from your clients because obviously you said from client preferences. You will get feedback from your clients and you can see data trends as well. So look at what happened last time when they required a deload or a devolume. See if you're noticing those trends again within, maybe it might be performance, sleep, overall energy, whatever it is, digestion's another one. Track all these kind of data variables and then kind of go from there and make that decision.
Yeah,
But also realize as well, I can't remember the last time I walked into the gym and I felt fresh as hell. Like,
yeah,
when do you ever feel fresh? Maybe felt pretty good coming back from holiday or something,
yeah.
but
I mean,
like,
yeah, I did, and then I hurt myself, and I was like,
yeah,
oh. So, but yeah,
like,
like in terms of like overall energy, like you will if you've come off I don't know, a period where you're relaxed, let's say a holiday. I know we spoke about holiday on the last podcast. I think there was a question on it, but like you've come back relaxed because you've been having downtime. I trained every day, but there were just like pump sessions. There's been
Yeah.
more food going in, more sleep. You're gonna feel fresh. Does
Yeah.
that mean that you can then just fully send it and go stupid the other way? No, maybe not, because you might get injured. But at the same time, you expect if you've been super, super stressful, you're not going to be as fresh. If you've had a whole week off eating food, you're probably going to go into the gym feeling absolutely amazing. And it does happen, but
Yeah.
it is dependent on what's happened the previous week. And I think I was going to mention it just a second ago, but especially with like prep clients, obviously you see prep clients in person from time to time. You can probably get a good feel of how they are and whether they need to pull back in any way or more food, less food, whatever it is, based off their mood. Are they dragging themselves? Are they moaning a lot? Obviously, it's dependent on the client. You need to understand your client, but how the client is around you as well is going to dictate your decision whether
Yeah.
you need to do something or not. Because if they're literally dragging their feet, they've got no oomph. You see them on doing cardio. Cardio's not supposed to be easy. Let's not kind of pretend that. But
Yeah.
if they're literally dead and you can see that, I used to do it as well. Like when I was coaching full time, if I could hear, obviously more lifestyle, but if you could hear in their voice when they're
Yeah.
like voice noting you, you're like, something's not right here. Because it's not just what they're saying, it's how they're saying it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think yeah, you've got to call those or be very precise with those calls. I would also argue as well, it depends on what point in prep.
Yeah.
Like sometimes there's just no avoiding it, right?
Yes.
Like
Like
if you're 3 weeks
ridiculous.
out, you're gonna feel like shit regardless if you're running D-volumes or not. But yeah, if you're like 12 weeks out and they're already starting to drag, performance is dropping off a little bit, that'd be like, okay, yeah, let's nip this in the bud.
Yeah.
But again, it's more of a case of like where it's all about where are you currently at as an
Yeah.
individual in your
But yeah,
phase of what's
it's more
going on.
so just not looking at the physical data all the time to make your
Yeah,
decisions. There's the emotional data that you need to look at as well.
yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Good question.
Yeah, it was a good question. Um, my God. Roshan's asked, why should men give up seats for a pregnant woman when we carry billions of kids?
Oh God.
But he has followed up with maybe a decent question. Has
Go on.
bodybuilding ever caused arguments in your personal life? Or maybe we could kind of move this to, has it caused any kind of conflicts or anything maybe has it caused any issues outside of the gym from you going on with bodybuilding?
In terms of family members understanding prep specifically, yes, there's been some words. Obviously, I prepped when I was still living with my parents, and it wasn't fun. Like
Yeah.
more so, second time round, I was kind of like, I'm not expecting you to understand. Whereas the first time, it was like this thing of like, no, you need to understand. But
Yeah.
I then sort of grew up a little bit and was like, I can't force someone to understand, so I need to understand that. So made things a little bit easier, but especially from an outside perspective, obviously, your people around you that care about you that don't really understand it, they are looking out for you, and when they can see that that it looks like you're suffering and
Yeah.
struggling because you're skinny, as they like to say it, which can grind on people's gears when those words come out, but they think that you're suffering, they think that you're sad, they think that you're depressed because your, I guess, energy in a prep just for life just gets sucked in a little bit. So they're like, something's wrong. And you're just like, no, nothing's wrong. I'm choosing to do this. Please
Yeah.
leave me alone. And those questions, they can become quite grating, but then you also have to have the awareness that they don't understand. But yeah, I've had many and many words where only brief and minor, but you kind of have to pull the person to the side or they pull you to the side where you're like, come on, let's
Let's
sort of
talk
talk
this
about
through.
this. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I wouldn't say anything major. It's mainly just from a family and friends kind of thing of where they just don't understand. And like I said, they don't need to understand at the end of the day. What we're doing is pretty niche, so it's more so odd conversations here. I've never really, I wouldn't say suffered in a relationship. Obviously, certain things happen when you're prepping, like
Yeah.
libido, sex
Yeah.
drive, and you just have to have those conversations where it's just frank and upfront. You're like, this might happen, or this is how I'm feeling at the minute. It's not you, it's not personal, it's just temporary. And I think it's just about having those conversations so that it doesn't get to the point where it does, as the
Cause
question
conflict.
said, create issues.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think it's all about just understanding at the end of the day and trying to gain understanding. I think you hit the nail on the head there when it comes to your first prep. And I was exactly the same. In 2019, my first prep, I was miserable, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
I remember I used to speak to my mum like crap, and I used to be very, very snappy, and it just wasn't. It's not behaviour now. I'm not proud of how I acted in my
yeah,
first prep, but I'm not trying to back anyone up here going for in their first prep. But I think because you don't understand the way you feel fully, because it's your first experience of it, it's very hard for you to comprehend. So
yeah,
therefore, you can be a little bit more irritable, and that's why I always say, your second prep or your third prep are always going to be easier because you have an understanding of the reason of why you feel the way you feel. And first prep, you've never experienced that before. You've
yeah,
never experienced that level of, mood or energy swings, and just maybe being a little bit more food focused, tired, draggy. Like, you've never experienced these things before. And arguably, for the majority, it's probably the hardest thing they'll ever do, that first prep. So I think once you've done it before, you can go, oh, I actually feel a bit draggy today, and you're aware of it,
yeah,
right? So then you can communicate that. And like, for example, notable, like loads of times last year where I'd literally be like with Kate, I'd be like, well, I'm feeling it a bit today, like, and she'd be like, okay, cool, like, and
yeah,
she'll know, and
yeah,
that'll be it. But also, like, there were moments last year where me and Kate were talking about this, yeah, the other day, where she was in the gym and I was like 2 weeks out, and I think I dropped like 3 reps on a press, and she came over to me and she was like trying to comfort me, and I think I just like snapped at her because, as you do. But
yeah,
then she went, literally, she came away and we had a conversation about it after the session. She was like, "Look, you snapped at me," and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, and recognize that. So she also pulled
yeah.
me up on it and I think that's good. But I think there's ways of pulling people up. Like, people will snap on preps. People will be a little bit more. It's just snappy in general. So I
Yeah.
think there's ways of approaching it.
I think it just more so says something about the person. Let's just say you are, like, and you get to the point in prep where you are snappy, and then someone calls you out on it, and you're not able to
Yeah,
accept that you've done that. It's not a prep issue. It's not
that's a
a body,
personal issue.
that's a
Yeah,
personal issue at that point. That's something wrong with them. So if you are of sound mind and you are a good person deep down, I don't care what anyone says. Prep shouldn't make you an asshole in any way. Like,
no,
again, there are some nuances to that in terms of certain situations, but if you are a good person, you will try your best to understand the other person, and so will the other person try their best to understand you. So, if there are issues, there's probably a deeper issue than the prep itself.
yeah.
If that
I
makes
think prep doesn't change anyone. It just exaggerates everything,
Yeah,
and it exaggerates deep emotions or maybe deep character,
yeah,
which you can't hide in the prep because that's going to come out, and your true colors will come out
yeah.
when you're feeling
It's like
like
if
that.
you're 2 weeks out in a prep and you're smacking your woman up, like it's not prep.
You probably don't have the energy to do that, to be fair. I know I didn't have the energy to fucking do any of that shit. I didn't even know the energy to bloody turn over in bed. Like,
Yeah, just laying there like.
mate, I remember at some point, it's funny because I look back at it now and I'm like, that is just so not normal. But you
Yeah,
do normalize it. Like, I remember I used to be on my left side in bed, and I used to have to like mentally arouse myself to roll over onto my right side. I'm like, come on, 3, 2, and then
the
used to
worst
roll
part for me
over.
is that when I was at the other house where it was on prep, there was a certain point around because I used to do the same walk every single day, and it went round an estate in like a basically a huge roundabout around the entire estate. You could just lap it, and I knew like each lap was about 3,000 steps. So I just done that because it just made life easy. And there's a certain point in it where it's quite uphill, and sometimes I would go because there was a split in the middle of it as well. I'd go like halfway, and then there were certain days where it's like I haven't got it in me to do that hill, so I'd just cut it down the middle, then do it twice instead.
It's
So
fucked, isn't it? It's so
when you
like,
say that, like obviously now, like I could walk up a hill, I could cycle up a hill, like whatever. That's just normal. But when you can't even bring yourself to like, or it just seems so much more effort to just walk,
yeah.
and that's normal in a prep situation.
Yeah.
It's
I,
crazy.
I think the thing is as well, people when they're in their first preps don't necessarily understand that it's temporary. Like,
Yeah,
you will come out the other side, and you
yeah,
you will, like, all these feelings that you're feeling will, like, they will go. Like, it's
yeah.
just a very temporary
Like,
thing.
don't get me wrong, my body would have physically carried me up that hill. It's not like
Yeah.
I've not got so much food. I literally can't walk. Like, it's just that
Mental battle.
perception of effort for something that should be so easy, which is just walking.
It's like a curb in it. When you see a curb in
That's
prep,
hard. This one's a big curb.
you're like, oh God, lift the foot up. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember even like my Pulsio boots.
Yep.
I used to be like, fuck's sake, because I wanted to get in them,
Yeah.
but the amount of times I used to say to Kate, I'm like, can you just get my Pulsio boots out and I'll lift my
Yeah.
leg up and you put them on my leg.
Yeah. Or even just like obviously when you're in the gym as well towards the end, and you know it's like a bit of a taxing session, or you got like a big compound coming up, you're just looking at that machine like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. I've got to send it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is temporary though, and that's what a lot of people need to understand. I think,
Yeah.
you'll come out of it, and when you feel normal again, you'll probably be laughing at some of the things that you used to think about
Yeah.
in preps because
And
it's
it
just,
is that thing of like, it then makes you appreciate how easy those things feel when you're not in it as well.
yeah,
Because
definitely.
like again, cardio, walking, cycling, not worrying about food in any way. That's something that I'm quite like grateful for, obviously for doing like 2 preps. I now have a way better understanding of food and my mindset around food because
Yeah.
it's not even like a thought process. Obviously, I'm not deep into a diet, so there is that kind of sort of element to look at as well. But like I can look at food now and just be like, cool, no, it's
Yeah,
just food.
it's just food. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you do remove that emotional kind of attachment to it, which I think is formed through just English culture.
yeah,
So yeah, no, it is good. Yeah, I think just to bring it back to conflicts as well, the way you behave in your prep is gonna, and the people around you, if you are, you know, constantly snappy at people, of course your loved ones are going to think, why the hell are you doing it? And they're potentially not going to support you as much. But if you try and be just this overall kind of like more positive with the whole process, people are going to look at it and be like, you know what, I can see he's I don't hate to use the word suffering, but I can see he is suffering a little bit, but he's got this mindset of it's more of a positive thing, and that's what I tried to install last year. Is even when I was on those days where I was like, "Fuck me, I have to bite my, grit my teeth here and just get on with it." I was still trying to be fairly positive about the whole process because I knew that if I was, the next time I do it, people are going to support me even more. I
yeah.
remember when I came up to 2022 and I told my parents, I was like, right, I'm prepping again this year. It
They
was
go,
a
oh,
case,
fucking hell, here we
yeah,
go.
literally, it was like, Jesus, it's going to be a bumpy ride. And I think even some points, like even from when I was prepping last year, I remember having some conversations with my parents, and it was like, "Really, you're going to prep again?" Like, so. But then I've had previous conversations now coming out of that season last year, and they're like, "Yeah, go for it. Like when you want to
Yeah.
prep, go for it."
Yeah. I spoke to
So
my mum a few weeks ago, and I think conversation come up about, oh, like, would you ever do that bodybuilding thing again? And that's literally what she calls it. I was like, yeah. She's like, really? Why would you do that? I was like, it's just a complete lack of understanding of it.
yeah, yeah, it's funny, isn't it? But I think the way you kind of act within your preps will kind of tell the people around you everything, and you will get better, and it will get easier the more times you do it. It's just experience at the end of the day. Like you're not going to be the best at something your first time round.
Nope. Nope.
Your favorite and least favorite muscle group to train and why? From
Least favorite.
fat to fit.
Favorite will probably be back or pull, hip hinge. Um, Least favorite. Let's ignore calves.
Yeah,
No one enjoys that
no
unless
one.
you've just got good calves.
Calves and
That's
abs.
something I want to talk about as well after if I can remember. Least favorite probably biceps, just because it's just curls. Like yeah, it
Yeah.
feels good when you got a pump, but the actual training part of it, like the I don't enjoy the exercises per se.
No, I would say my favorite is legs.
Yeah,
Um, my least favorite's I don't really, I don't really enjoy training arms. Like they're not something that I'm like, oh, like my delts and arm sessions. I don't get as amped for them as I would an upper or a lower session.
yeah.
So
Goes back to my what I was gonna say was I saw a reel yesterday. I can't remember who it was, but they spoke about a particular body part that was for them genetically blessed, and they talked about enjoyment of that part. And it was like you need to enjoy a muscle group if you want to build it up, which I get. But if you're already genetically gifted in that part, of course you're going to enjoy training it because it looks good.
yeah, yeah, true, true. And I wonder,
So it's
well, that,
not because you enjoy it because it's good.
yeah, I no, I get that though
Yeah.
because Yeah, you like for me, my legs have always been a strong point.
Like, I don't love training calves. I wouldn't say I'm genetically in a really, really bad spot for my calves, but I'm not like, wow, look at his calves.
Yeah,
If I'd had amazing calves, I would love training calves because guess what? They look sick.
they would look sick. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not,
very
but they're
true.
not, but they're not big because I love training them.
Yeah. I wonder if people who've got like ridiculous midsections love training abs. Because
Absolutely.
abs are really, you think, I hate training abs. I think they're so boring.
Yeah, because like I don't think neither of our abs are bad, but if we had like granite abs, I'd be training them all the time because it
Yeah, you're
looks
doing it with your top off, doing leg raises,
exactly.
getting all the funky videos. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that's probably why I enjoy training my back.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
it's the strongest body part for you, really.
there is an element of it's good because I enjoy it, but do I enjoy it because it's good?
Mm. Do you enjoy training your delts?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah.
there's that correlation there. It doesn't necessarily mean it means the same thing, but for you, obviously, you've got good quads, good legs. You enjoy training legs.
Yeah. I don't
So
really enjoy training my ass though, but I've got good glutes.
just something to think about. It was just
That
I can't remember who put the reel up, but I immediately thought, again, me being me, I always like to kind of do the devil's advocate thing of like, let's just see if I can counter this argument.
yeah.
That is literally the first thing that sort of popped into my head. I think it was like he was talking about biceps or something, and it was like, oh yeah, you need to really love training your biceps. Like, bro, you love training them because they're fucking huge anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. It probably does align, right? Like
Yeah,
what you're genetically gifted in, as soon as they start responding well and you see that they're responding well, of course you're going to love to train them because it's going
yeah,
to, that enjoyment factor is going to be there because they look sick.
yeah,
Um, yeah, no, to be honest, I agree with that. I think training enjoyment is arguably one of the biggest thing when it comes to training because there's so many ways to train.
yeah,
Just if you can enjoy it, you're going to stick to it. You're going to be consistent, and that's what bodybuilding is. It's
yeah,
stacking up the wins across weeks, months, years.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
just some
Um,
side context to a question.
yeah. I think we've answered this one before. Um, Zach has asked if you could only do one exercise for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Yeah, I think we did.
Was it deadlifts? We think we said.
Yeah, I said deadlifts again
Yeah.
because I enjoy it.
Yeah. Um, what else we got? That might actually be me done. 2 secs. If not, if that is the case, then yeah, that's me done. Mate, I've just opened my phone. I've got 102 WhatsApps. Oh dear.
You not
Yeah.
miss that.
That's what it's like with
Yeah.
doing a podcast on a check-in morning.
Yes. I mean, you'll be sat at that desk for a little bit after this, won't you?
I've got a busy day ahead. Yeah,
You
I've got
training today?
no rest day, but I've got check-ins, sign up to do. Need to do a food shop. Need to pick Kate up from the train station. She had a night in London last night, so yeah, busy day at the laptop, and then I need to finish planning out some content, some filming with David tomorrow.
Busy day.
Yes, yeah, can't
Busy
complain.
day.
Also, like another thing I was going to mention actually was I had a consult call yesterday, and I think it's something good to highlight is when literally came off a consult call, I sent everything across to him. He got everything back to me within like 10 minutes. And I just want to say from anyone who's like inquiring with a coach or thinking about getting on board with a coach, literally that one, the consult call and how quickly you get everything across says everything about you as a client.
Yes.
Like some of the best clients I've got right now are the people who are very keen in the consult call. They want to learn, they want to improve, and then they literally are like on it from the get go
Yeah.
straight away. And you notice like I've had it, I've been coaching now for 7 years. You have some people who come off a consult call, you send everything across, you don't hear anything for a couple of days, then you might get the application form come through,
And then
then
you
it's
have to
like, right,
chase them up a little bit, like,
yeah, hey mate, like we need to set up payment. Like I'm not going to start
yeah,
until you set up payment, and then that's a couple of days. Then they set up the payment. And it's like right, that's a week now since that. And of course, like don't get me wrong, I understand when people come to the payment, they want it maybe on set days or whatever.
yeah,
Completely get that. But I've even had some people where it's like, I want to start on this date. Can I leave a deposit, or can we go through it that front? Or I will definitely start on this date. I'll have everything across to you by this date. And it's like, fine, I completely understand that. But it's when people say to you, I want to start right away, and then it's that delayed
Yeah.
like days or a week, and it's like,
Especially with something like
do you?
coaching as well. Like obviously we need to see the client or the prospective client's physique at some point. And if that's a delayed thing that they're sending over to you, like I need to see how you're looking. And
Yeah,
it's like a week. They've paid for it. You want to be able to set them up because you can't really set them up. And if your coach is setting you up without seeing how you look, there's probably something
yeah,
wrong there.
yeah. I
Um,
mean, now I get people to send photos across prior to the call.
yeah,
So
exactly. So you
prior to
cover.
the consult call, I literally look where they are, and I'm like, okay, this is what I
Yeah,
think we should do, and then we have a conversation on that. Because yeah, it's hard trying to judge where you're going to go with a blank canvas, so to speak.
exactly. Like, yeah. Like where do we need to start basically?
Yeah,
But yeah, it's always a bit of a red flag, but then obviously it's then your head coach's job to try and smooth those red flags a little bit. But at the same time, like if you're interested in signing up for a coach, and obviously maybe you're on different consult calls with different coaches, and it's okay to do that to kind of
yeah,
see who you get on with. But if you're not being proactive with what you're doing, it is just it's not the greatest look. Like you
no,
should want to sign up. You should want to be able to get things done quick because, like you said, it says a lot about you with your work ethic when it comes to, let's just say this potential client wants to compete. If they're being really delayed and everything, like it's like, are you going to be able to even prep?
yeah, literally. Literally, it's yeah, it tells you everything as a coach, and I think when you've been doing it long enough, you can literally within the first like 2 minutes of a consult call, I know what type of client you're going
Yeah,
to be, and whether you're going to be a pain in the ass or whether you're going to be a pleasure to work with.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, don't get me wrong, I've had people prove me wrong, and they've turned out to be great clients, but majority of the time, yeah, if things are heavily delayed and they're just not proactive, you just think to yourself, oh, this is going to be a bit
yeah.
of a
It's
slog
just going to
this one.
continue on in the process.
Yeah, yeah. You even see it as well. Like there's just some people you on board the following day they get their onboarding video. The following day everything's in the sheets for that day. They've got their meals ready. Like they're just so proactive about the whole process,
Yeah,
and they hit the ground running from the get go. And
yeah,
it's some people it's like, yeah, I didn't start till like 3 days after,
yeah.
and
You send them their setup video, and obviously Loom tells you when they've watched it. They've
yeah,
opened the message. They haven't watched the Loom. It's like, come on.
yeah, literally like yeah, yeah. Joys of coaching, eh? Anyway, yeah, I better get cracking with some work now. So, should we round up there?
Wrap it up there. Yep.
Cool. Thank you, people, for listening to episode 72. Hopefully, you've enjoyed the pod. Will we get another one in prior to Marbella? Maybe, well, it might be a bit difficult depending
Uh,
on our work schedules. But yeah, if we don't get another one in, we'll have a lovely holiday. Hopefully, if
yeah.
anyone else is going on
Maybe we'll
holiday,
do an in-person one.
could do. We'd have to get what? We'd have to bring like a camera or something.
Yeah. I mean, you still got your.
I've got my DJI. I haven't got two mics though.
Yeah.
We could do one.
We'll see. We'll see
We'll
how
see.
it aligns.
We'll see
Well,
how. I
yes.
was debating to film on my DJI Marbella, but then now I'm like, I think I just want a bit of time just to like rest, and especially when I'm peaking 3 people as well out there. I'm like,
Just chill, bro. Chill.
yeah, just chill. Rather than being kind of crazy on content, I'll just be
Yeah.
very chilled. But yeah, hope you people have enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.